What's been the biggest surprise in the last few months as you've talked to people who voted for Trump in 16 but Biden in 2020, as we're now headed into Biden's second year?
There are so many surprises. I've moderated probably more than 600 focus groups in my 20-year career, 21-year career doing this. And the great thing about this job is you never stop being surprised. So I think what struck me in the last focus groups, we did those on January 11th. We had 13 respondents across 2 sessions, and all 13 of them said to me that basically they're ready to treat the pandemic like an endemic, and they think that the Biden administration should do the same thing. So the degree to which that the fight in public and political circles is about, is Biden doing enough? Is the administration doing enough? Congress doing enough to fight the pandemic? That argument has basically been settled. The people in these groups basically recognize the people who are going to get vaccinated are going to get vaccinated. The people who are not going to get vaccinated are going to remain unvaccinated. We've got 63% roughly who've been vaccinated in the United States. That number is not going to shift, and we have to treat the pandemic and our response to the pandemic in a way that means that we have to live with it. We have
Yeah.
to live with this stuff in some sort of background fashion. We have to find a way to get on with our lives and move on. And I was really surprised that all 13 had said that. I had no dissension whatsoever. You get 13 pretty independent-minded people from a variety of different states and regions, and they were uniform. That level of uniformity surprised me.
That is
Um,
interesting because boy, you really wouldn't sense that watching the mainstream media. It's very,
No,
very
you
divided and
wouldn't, but
very.
you can feel it. You see it just in general discussion. I think with either side of the aisle, it seems people are tired. People are tired of what they think has been missed opportunities or the mishandling of public policy with this regard. They're tired. I mean, they're tired of masks. They're tired of being told you need to do this or you need to do this. Everyone's all over the board. And in one of your focus groups, that was said pretty plainly that people are tired of just the different information they get on a day-to-day basis, depending on whichever way the political winds are blowing.
yeah, that's it. And so, you know, um, to me, it's a fascinating phenomenon because the way the fight has become so bifurcated, people have taken sides, they've gone to their own camps, it's become so politicized. Most of these swing voters actually think Trump's more responsible for politicizing it than Biden is. And, we can look at who to blame and why and so forth. But the end of result at the end of the day is that people are very realistic about how they're living their lives. When I asked, by the way, as an aside, earlier in each session, what's the number one issue that's on your minds these days? It's something that's in the public discourse that matters the most to you. Month after month, COVID is the number one issue. It's COVID, either the state of how many people have it, where the numbers are going up and down, the mandates, the vaccines, it's schools, it's all related. It's not the economy as much as people might think. That is an important issue to people. It seems to be superseded each month by the pandemic and by COVID. So it's pretty substantive, and it's still very much on the minds of these people I'm talking to every single month.